We can do this. Totally, definitely, probably not. That's falling. And thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and we're at the start of my August TBR. I have a few books that I need to read for the month of August and a readathon that I want to take part in, so I'm going to quickly run through those and then we'll get into the game. So the readathon is actually being hosted by Jan and it's her full moon readathon TBR. This takes place over 2 weeks from the 1st to the 13th. She has different characters and I really want to take part in this. You have to complete all the prompts to collect a character, although the prompts you can double up on. So we're gonna see how the TBR game goes and then fingers crossed some of those books I can match up to prompts in here. That's the plan for that one. And then a couple of books that I want to be reading for August. We have my August Discord monthly book club is Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. I don't have it currently, but I will be getting a copy soon. Really excited for this one. This one is a Shakespeare retelling. Very excited for that one. So that one's been voted on. If you'd like to take part and join in, I'll have my Discord linked below. We are now doing monthly book clubs because we all enjoyed it, so that's what we're going to be doing. I also have Casil's Servant that I want to read. This is by Jacqueline Carey. This I'm going to be buddy reading with Chris. I'll have her channel linked below. We both love Jacqueline Carey's books, and so when this one came out I was like, do you want a buddy read? Because I'm so excited to get to this one. So that's one that I'm definitely going to be picking up again soon, although I think the UK release date is actually after the American release date, so I may just have to read it on Kindle, which is a bit of a shame, but I don't care. I'm really excited for this book. I think it's going to be great. That's all the plans. That's what we want to try and get done. But let's talk about what this game is. It is very simple. We have a 6 coloured sided dice. I roll this a minimum of 5 times. This relates to a coloured ghostie that sits on top of a prompt. If the same colour comes up twice, we do a reroll, meaning that I have 5 to 7 prompts to fulfill for the month. I also have one of those prompts for you to choose for the month, so I'll give you 2 different books for you to vote on in the comments below. And I think that's it actually. Is that everything I need to talk about? I'm pretty sure it is. So with all of that housekeeping bits out the way, let's choose a prompt. Let's go with this one. Oh, okay. This is a new one. That's Number Generator. We'll talk about that one if it comes up. Let's go to roll number 1. Roll number 1. Oh, blue. And that hit my little ghostie. Representation. So the first pick was Representation, and for this one I'm actually going to go with a book that I'm a little bit behind in reading. I wanted to read this for Becca's book club catch-up pick in time for the live show, but that's not happened. And this is The Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie. This is a chunky ass book, but I really want to read it. I've been meaning to read it for the last couple months, so it's about time I got on it. This is the 3rd book in the First Law trilogy. I really enjoyed the first 2. Some of the characters in here are amazing, and one of the characters in particular has disability rep. Because he's been tortured so much, he has become disabled, and so that's the representation that I'm choosing for this book. Really enjoy this. We're following 3 main characters and they're all a part of this one particular place, which is like their city centre. Well, apart from one of the people. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this. I tried doing it different to how I normally explain this book and I'm failing at it. Basically, we're following all these different characters. There's no real plot to it. It's more just characters and vibes, and it's a grim dark fantasy, so it's very dark, very gritty, lots of blood and gore, lots of questionable decisions that are being made, filled with some morally grey characters. There is a lot going on, but I am enjoying this and I would really like to wrap this trilogy up. So I think we're going to do that one for Representation, and it actually works for a couple of prompts off of Jan's readathon, which I'll go through at the end of this video, but that's a good pick for it. Choosing another prompt. Let's go at the back. That's a very handy prompt. Continue a series. That's something I've been meaning to do for absolutely ages and been failing at this year, so let's hope this one comes up because I need that, although it does mean it will be reroll. Beside the point, why am I rambling at you? Let's just go. Roll number 2. Let's go. Roll number 2. Yellow. Okay, that's a Number Generator. So number 2 was a chaos roll, and we have Number Generator. This prompt came about because one day I was complaining to my partner that I didn't know what to read and I wasn't feeling any of the books on my TBR and I was just feeling meh. And so he said to me, okay, well give me a number of how many shells you've got. And I said 3. He chose one of the numbers from there, and so that's the shelf we went with. And then he said, okay, give me a number of how many books that are roughly on there that you need to read. And then he gave me a number between that, and it was really fun. So I think what we're going to do is do this twice, and then that will be the 2 books that you can choose from for the month. It's going to be chaos. It always ends up being things that I don't really want it to be. Actually, no. That's not true. Sometimes it's been amazing. Actually, every time it's been amazing. Not the point. Point is, let's get up a number generator. So we need to do between 1 and 3 at first. So it's going to be 1. 1 is this shelf, and there's normally around 40 books on this shelf that are unread. So let's do between 1 and 40. 32. Okay, so that's going to be the first book. And then the second one, let's go again between 1 and 3. Okay, that's this one again. Again between 40. 12. Okay, so 12 and 32 from here. Let's see what we get. Right, let's start at the top and let's do this for number 12. 12. Okay, so a manga volume, which is Dead Man Wonderland, Volume 1. Now let's carry on to 32. 32. The Traitor, Borrow Cormorant. Okay, so we ended up with 2 very different picks, but both I'm really happy to read, so you'll have to let me know what one you think. Number 12, we had Dead Man's Wonderland Volume 1. This is a manga that pretty sure I read the first couple of volumes of this ages and ages ago, but just never continued. And this one is pretty sure we're in a prison and they're having to like kill each other to survive or something. Bloody brutal, but it's a manga, so it's really quick to read. Or number 32, we have The Traitor, Borrow Cormorant, and this is by Seth Dickinson. This is a book I've been really excited to read for a very long time. I started reading this back in April, but then put it down. I wanted to restart in this edition, and I haven't actually had the time to pick it up, but I have been thinking about this one recently. I recently read A Memory Called Empire, or well, started reading that, got about halfway through, and I liked it, but I just kept thinking about this book. But both of these I'd be really happy to read for the month. The manga because it's quick and easy, and considering I've already got a chunky book on my TBR, that's a good shout. But also I'm not mad about The Traitor, Borrow Cormorant either, because this is one that I've been interested in. So you'll have to let me know in the comments below which one you think I should prioritise for the month, but that's roll number 2. Okay, roll number 3. Oh no, choosing prompt number 3. Choosing a prompt for the 3rd time. It's not technically so. Anyway, that's enough. Let's just, what is this? Read the first in a series. So we had continue a series, and now we're going to start a new series, which, let's face it, I'm pro at starting new series. So I'm honestly in a weird rambly state. Let's just move on to roll number 3. Okay, roll number 3. Ooh, pink. A thriller. 3 was super easy to choose, like so easy. That was Thriller, and I have this YA thriller which has been on my TBR for over a year now, and I haven't got around to reading but do want to, and that's How We Fall Apart by Katie Zhao. I'm really excited to read this one. This one says one of us as lion meets crazy rich Asians. It's an addictive thriller. We have Jamie, the queen bee of Sinclair Prep, is dead. No one knows what happened until an anonymous poster calling themselves the Proctor points a finger at Jamie's former best friends. We have track star Akil, fashionista Crystal, grades focused Alexander, and scholarship student Nancy. All exceptional students with perfect records and shady stories about how they got there. Sounds like it's going to be really fun, and I've really been feeling the YA thriller, so yes. Super excited that Thriller came up so that I can read this one. Not that I've been having that planned for Thriller when this kept like, no. Okay, choosing another prompt. We've got this one. Ooh, we like this. This is nice. Under 250 pages. I don't mind having that prompt. That would be lovely to read. Nice, quick, easy. Let's go. Roll number 4. Roll number 4. Oh dear. Okay, well, at least it's an easy prompt. So that's 250 pages because it landed on pink, which means we have to choose another prompt. Let's go with this one. A mystery. And we've got our first reroll for the month. Green. Mythology. Okay, so we got our first reroll, but the first prompt was a nice one, so I can't complain, and that's under 250 pages. And for this one, I'm actually going to go with Picnic at the Hanging Rock, and this is by Joan Lindsay. This is on my summer TBR as well, which I haven't had many of those in this TBR pile, so we're going to go with this one. It is actually only 196 pages, which I'm very pleased with. It's going to be a nice, easy read. I think I could get this done in a day, to be honest, if I had the day just to relax and read. I'm really excited to read this one. Been wanting to read it for a little while. It is on my summer TBR. It's perfect to read in summer because it takes place in summer. We're following this group of girls from this all-girls school that goes to have a picnic at Hanging Rock, and then they go missing. So it sounds really good. It sounds exactly my cup of tea, so I'm really pleased that that one came up. However, we do then have mythology, and I'm being honest, I am not in the mythology mood at all. And looking at this TBR, I still haven't managed to fit in Immortal Longings or Casil's Servant, so I think instead I'm going to change this to a mood read prompt and put in one of those two books for this, because I need to read them both. I'm going to be reading them both in August, so that's going to fit for that instead. I really am. I'm feeling so worn out from mythology books. I read so many that now I need a break, and I'm probably not going to read any more Greek mythology books until next year. And I would be interested in reading mythology from around the world, but I don't actually own any that I haven't already read, and I don't feel like rereading them at the minute. So we're going to leave that as a mood read blank space. We will fill in with either Casil's Servant or Immortal Longings. That's the plan. But we need to choose another prompt, and is this going to be the last time that we have to do this? That would be really nice. I would love that. Wishful thinking. Let's see. Oh, okay, so this one is an anticipated read. Keep your fingers crossed. This could be the last roll. The 5th roll. I swear that didn't move. I swear this didn't move, but green again. And that's anticipated read, meaning we have one more to choose. Let's go with this one. Non-fiction. And the last roll for August, pink, which is mystery. Okay, so these are some of my mystery books. Oh, actually, is Daisy Darker a thriller? I think that's more of a thriller than a mystery. I'm not sure. But we have The Christie Affair that I want to read. But we have Vera Wong. I really want to read that. And A Shot in the Dark. And Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. I don't know if that's a mystery. Not sure where that one falls under, but I've got it in my mystery part. But I think, okay, well, A Shot in the Dark is on my summer TBR. But Vera Wong, I've heard amazing things about this one, so I think that's going to be one of the choices. And then if we go over to my classics, in between all the plants, we do have an Agatha Christie book that I should probably read as well, which is The Moving Finger. So I think, should we just get, yeah, let's get you to choose this. Okay, let's go. As always, the last one ended up being a reroll every single time. Every single time. But the first one was anticipated read. Now I could be sensible and put Immortal Longings on that because that's a new release. I've been wanting to read it. It was on my anticipated releases video. But instead I'm going to go with Engines of Chaos by R.S. Ford, which Naomi got for me for reaching 2,000 subscribers. So thank you so much, Naomi. And this is a book that when I saw it, I immediately wanted to read this book. I'm so excited to read this. I loved the way the first one went and the way it all wrapped up. Like, actually, I didn't love the way it wrapped up because it ends on a cliffhanger, but I loved it. I loved the book. I really want to continue on with this series. It's one that I'm so excited to read. So of course, this one has to be on the TBR. It has to. Like, yes, do I have loads of chunky books? Am I probably going to get to everything that's on this TBR? No. But this has to be on there. I'm so excited to read it. So this one is a steampunk fantasy. We're following many different main characters, but they're all part of the same family that's a part of this empire. And the empire's kind of fallen apart, and you see how each of these characters are going to different places within the empire, some of them not in the empire, and the problems that are coming around. It's so good. One of my favourites. Absolutely fell in love with the first book, which Naomi actually got me. And this is actually a new release. It only came out earlier this year. But yeah, I had to. But the next read is a mystery pick, and I have two for you to choose between, as you saw. So the first one that I'm really excited to read is Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers, and this is by Jessie Sutano. I have heard nothing but good things. This is definitely going to be that fun, cozy murder mystery vibe. Really excited. This is one where we're following Vera Wong, owns a tea shop, and then somebody turns up dead in her tea shop, and she thinks she's going to do a better job than the police to solve it. Sounds fun and ridiculous. And then we have the queen of cozy murder mysteries, and that's Agatha Christie, The Moving Finger. And this is one that I need to read because I said I was going to read 6 Agatha Christie books this year, and I haven't done that. I think I've read 2. I've read 2, so I still need to read another 4. I really want to continue on. I do want to read both of these. I'm really excited. Oh, they're both blue. So please put in the comments below which one you think I should read. Honestly, if I get time, I would love to say to you I'm going to read both, but as we know, this TBR, pretty big, so we're going to see what actually happens. But before we go through, actually, we can do it as we're going through. So we'll go through all the books that I'm going to be reading this month, and then we'll try and match it to prompts for Jan's readathon, the Full Moon Book Club readathon. We're going to try and match all the prompts as we go, I think. Let me get all the the prompts up so I know what they are. For anticipated read, we're going with Engines of Chaos, and this one I'm going to say works with the prompt for fire involved, and that's for the devil character because there is some like burning here. I'm going to say that works for fire. To be fair, Jan did say that all these prompts are pretty loose apart from the one that is like set. We're going to go with that for fire. That's the start of the devil being done. Then for a book under 250 pages, we're going for Picnic at the Hanging Rock. The next one, which is a thriller, and that's How We Fall Apart. And this one should, oh, it does. This is 295 pages long, so it actually works for one of those prompts. So 3 books, 2 books are working for the prompts. That prompt is for a skeleton. For representation, we're going with The Last Argument of Kings, which works for a couple of prompts, and that is blood on the cover and also a morally grey character. So from these books, we should definitely be able to finish the devil. The devil is fire involved and morally grey character, so that's Engines of Chaos and Last Argument of Kings. And then for blood on the cover, that's for Dracula. Okay, so we're slowly sort of getting there. Well, we're definitely going to be able to do the devil, which is amazing. That's perfect. So that's out of those so far. On top of that, we have Immortal Longings, which I'm going to be in hardback, which actually means that I can complete the skeleton between Immortal Longings and How We Fall Apart. So we're going to have Immortal Longings. We're also going to have Casil's Servant, the books that you need to choose for the month. So one of them is for mystery. We're either going to have Agatha Christie or Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. So please put in the comments below out of those 2. And then on top of that, you have another 2 books to choose from for the number generator prompt, which one is a manga, Dead Man's Wonderland, and then the other is The Traitor Barrow Cormorant. Both books I'm really excited to read. So that is the stack of books, which, considering I still have a couple more books to add to this, it's a lot for this month. But we're going to get through it. We're going to try. We can do this. Totally, definitely, probably not. That's fallen. So there we are. That is all the books I need to read for the month of August. Let me know in the comments below the 2 picks that you would like me to read for the month. Let me know if you're taking part in Jan Agaton Readathon. It's going to be a lot of fun. In all honesty, because it is only in 2 weeks, I'm going to prioritise the devil character and getting those 2 books read across those 2 weeks, and then we'll see if I can get any other done. I would love to have done all 4, but I don't think it's going to happen. But we can at least be a devil, which is amazing. That is everything. Let me know what you're going to be reading in the month of August, if you are interested in any of these books, all the usual things. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It feels a bit more chaotic. I feel like TBRs are always chaotic for me to film, but I hope you enjoy it anyway, and I'm gonna disappear. If you've made it this far, then let's put a devil emoji in the comments below, because that is the character I'm going to try and do for Jan's readathon. We're going to leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it that thumbs up, subscribe and comment. Those 3 things really help this channel grow. Anyone I've mentioned and all my social media links will be linked below, and I will of course catch you in the very next video.